What's up? I want to talk today about them presidents and jobs. That's what I want to do. This is going to be quick because I got stuff I got to do. So I want to point this out. Listening to Farrah Cousins talking about the jobs and President Donald Trump saying that he's created more jobs than Obama, and then saying that Obama created more jobs in his last 3 years and such and such and such. And, I thought about, President Walker Bush saying that he created a lot of jobs, and Clinton talking about he created a lot of jobs. But the truth is, it's been a while since any president has created any jobs, because presidents don't create jobs. I mean, if they did, then that means they would all be breaking the Emoluments Clause, because, you want to create a job, you're going to get paid for creating that job. Now, you hear about these numbers. Okay, now, I don't want to go over any numbers, and, I could have easily looked it up, done a simple Ecosia search, but no, I want to go over something stronger than numbers. I want to go on reality. I want to go on what's in your face. I want to go with what you've had to live with. Now, while you might hear about people having jobs, you hear about people getting 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs. You got to think in terms of these jobs are all part-time, and sometimes very part-time. 4 hours here, 3 hours there, something like that throughout a 4-day, or maybe just the weekend only. And I've seen people hold a job, 3 jobs, 2 full-time, 1 part-time. Part-time on the weekends, 2 full-time on the week. Work in the morning, go home, go to sleep, wake up, go to the nighttime, and do it all over again. And neither one encroaches on the weekend. So on the weekend, they got a 4 hour to go home and sleep. Another 4 hour, go home and sleep, recharge for the week. I've seen that. Never would do that. And the fact that I would not do that, I was called lazy while at work. So, the president, and I want y'all to think about this. Every president talk about creating jobs and all this other stuff. And we created more jobs. We created these jobs, a lot of jobs. We created 1,000 jobs. And people don't understand. You create 1,000 jobs. That means 1,000 people got to go to work. But where was that work? Was it at a Walmart? Was it as a servant of a machine at Walmart? Was it greeters at Walmart? Was it, I don't know, these CEOs and executives? Could it have been all these executives? Could it be more attorneys? Could it be more lawyers? All these other firms. And a lot of lawyer firms actually go under. Some get bought out. How many jobs were created? You can go over the numbers all you want. You can go over every number, everything possible, when all you got to do is drive around wherever you are. And I can say that blanketly, because you can drive around and find the homeless, the people asking and begging for money, for begging for food, people that you see there wearing the same clothes day in and day out, and the clothes don't look washed. You look at that. If all these jobs were being created, now, you would definitely see less homeless people, wouldn't you? Matter of fact, think about these numbers. You want to throw in some numbers. You got Obama that says we created 1.5 million jobs. And then you'll have Donald Trump saying we've created jobs everywhere. In the private sector and the retail sector. We've created many big jobs for a lot of big people. You get to hear that crap. And let me tell you something. There are, an easy, I'll say 2 or 3 million people, maybe 40 million people that are literally on the streets. I could easily say that there could be maybe 70 million people that are homeless, jobless. There's say 110 million people without jobs. We are in supposedly the wealthiest country on the planet, but we're not. We are in the wealthiest third world country, where everyone is getting poorer except those in the 10 and upper 1 of 10%, where they're getting a lot more money, keeping a lot more money, and everyone else is getting poorer, while voting against their best interests, but voting against someone else, but not voting for anything except you hate the same people I hate, so you get my vote. I don't like you and you're a Democrat, so I'm going to vote Republican. That is what's killing a lot of stuff. How many people around you that got no job, need a job, and you're not helping them? How many of them don't have a job, need a job, want a job, but you say they're lazy, turn your back onto them? How many people you see sitting on the street, do you wish you could help them, or do you not? Not saying that you got to, or you will or should or do, but if you want to help them, you're definitely not a conservative, and you're definitely not a Republican. And right now, I can honestly say you're not a Democrat. You're probably leaning more towards progressive. Creating jobs is easy. Making sure that everyone has a job is easy, because the fact that anyone that is a United States citizen does not have a job means the United States jobs area is a failure. You are born here, or you become nationalized here, or whichever word or term you want to use, you are obligated to be able to support yourself comfortably. That is how I see it. And the fact that you can't means there is a gigantic problem, a gigantic hole, and that is the problem. If Bernie Sanders, if anybody up there want to make jobs in this country, you would outright kill the outsourcing of jobs. You would make a major 98% tax on those jobs overseas that comes back to the U.S. For every dollar in a offshore account, you would tax their revenue. I'm going to say bottom barrel is 76%. And that's not profit, that's just revenue. You tax their profit 100% since they got their money offshore. You want to protect that money, it's going to cost you. You want to send jobs overseas? Fine. Every single one you send overseas, you got to pay them $25 to $30 an hour. American money. United States American money. How about that? Matter of fact, make it a strong incentive. You gotta pay them $35 an hour overseas, but here you gotta pay them $22 to $25 an hour. That's what it would be. You make sure you punish them for basically being a traitor to their social constituents, their employees, future employees, possible employees, the homeless. We got more homes than people, more cars than people, more guns than people. So why do we not have people the ability to live in these homes, drive these cars, and sadly own these guns? Matter of fact, honestly, I would just get rid of all the guns. If you can't rob a bank with a knife, then maybe you shouldn't be robbing a bank. You better go in that bank and hold up a knife and be like, "Hey man, give me your money." And they be like, I got a knife too. And then somebody in the back be like, "Oh, you call that a knife? This is a knife." That's what you want. It makes them think twice. They can't do it from a distance. They got to do it right up close, up personal. Give the person a chance to defend themselves, especially if they got a bigger knife. So yeah, that's what's going on. You want to talk about presidency and jobs? A president in 3 years doing whatever legislation to make 1,000 jobs ain't shit. You keep that in mind. Ain't shit. When you got 100 million people that are homeless and no job, 1,000 jobs ain't shit. All right? That's literally pissing on a wildfire. It ain't working. So think about that when you talk about a president that says, "I've created these thousands of jobs," or "I've created 2 million jobs." Oh, wow. 2 million jobs. Thank you. I'm sure those homeless people out there are probably like, "I need a job. Where is that job?" And make sure that the job can pay, a living wage, not wage enough to not just be on the street, but wage enough to live comfortably. You got one life. You should live it comfortably. You've got one life. You shouldn't even have to have a job to live it. Capitalism run amok is an oligarchy because now you can buy any and everything to get whatever you want. People, legislation, even the presidency is up for purchase. Vote Sanders. That's the extreme start. And it's not just him. You got to go beyond. This has been Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.